to Cobra. Quick round of introductions. We got Jen, Scott, Meg, Jeff, and I'm Sean. And we're going to do a little bit quick introduction of how the construction industry sort of operated about 20 years ago, what we're trying to do today, and then what we think we're going to be doing in the future. So first off, about a little while ago, they used to carry plans like this size around. And you'd have to have an intern pretty much to even be able to carry these things around so you could walk around, because first off, it weighs quite a bit, and you can't turn this thing around and flip through pages without somebody's help. So it's a little too big for one person job. So we wanted to fire those interns and save a little bit of money on a job site. So we started printing on half-size documentation. And it made it all better and everything that, okay, fine, you don't have to pay that intern and you don't have to print as much paper, but it's still really heavy and it's still sort of difficult to manage around by yourself. So we're going one step further. We're going to a tablet application. First off, it weighs like a pound. You can throw the things in the air if you wanted to and catch them, unlike those things. Second, you can still read the things even if you're 80 years old with glaucoma, because you can zoom in and out of the pages. And that's a really easy functionality that is very helpful with some of the older individuals on the construction site. And finally, it saves a lot of paper.
All right, why do we need to do this? In the construction industry, communication is key. We have to keep the information flowing from the field to the office at a constant rate so that the building's going up, the road's going in, whatever. This information has to be seamless. So we're trying to close that gap with our application. What we're trying to do is the information generated from the field, that being RFIs, quantities, install times, etc. We want to be able to send that information to a database, some information to the model, and get that to the engineers, to the architects, to have responses to questions back to the field in a timely manner so that things can go up. What we focused on this semester in particular is quantity tracking. We developed an app that tracks quantities so that, for example, at the end of a month, when a subcontractor says, we have 85% of our scope complete, we can check that and verify that percentage so our cash flow reflects that. Where we're testing actually is Quincy, Washington, Oklahoma City, and 2 job sites in Atlanta. We sent the tablets to superintendents, project engineers, and project managers with a script. And what they'll do is they'll go through that script, and the information that is logged will be sent back to us via FTP sites so that we can record our data.
There are some programs out there already, such as Latista and Vela, that try to better the communication between the office and the field. Mainly with those programs, though, they deal with punch lists. And with our product, we wanted to better the process of quantity tracking and hopefully one day incorporate spatially locating that information. So to do this, this is when Fred was born. This is our logo we created for Fred, which stands for Field Ready Electronic Documentation. The product right now, Fred, it highlights and tracks information on a 2D model, which we hope with the spatially locating to do to like an augmented 3D model. So after the go, no-go, we kind of realized we were in a bit of a pickle. We had a lot of goals that we wanted to accomplish in a semester. So after realizing that, we had to narrow down our scope a lot, which we narrowed down to the quantity tracking, and we wanted to test the usability, learnability, which we're testing the different holder sites on. And to do this, we started doing a lot of programming, which we use the Motorola Zoom. We actually got 3 donated from Holder to the CGT department. We decided to use Android-based tablets over iOS because Holder preferred the Android because of the time constraints with the app through the Apple Store.
In the field, you might see documents such as this to track the changes that occur from a day-to-day basis and that occur timely. By us having this model, we were able to use that in our notes category to document the same changes. Since we were testing usability, we decided to use this. This is Prolog, and it is what is currently used at Holder. So we decided to design some of the buttons to do the same sorts of things that this thing does for them right now. This is our sub page that we have here. The superintendent can pick whichever category he'd like to manage. He can add the notes, as you saw on the previous slide, and he can also save that information out to an FTP site. And this is where the documents will be uploaded. You can use the draw function, erase function. It's very easy to use. We're hoping to get it to zoom in here soon, but yeah, you can manage it there and track the processes of the field at that point.
So, what's next for Fred? Well, after meeting with OTC, we kind of got some guidance on where we need to take this and the steps and legal issues, since Holder is our sponsor, with where we can go in the future semesters and or Holder taking it over on their own. And basically, we just want to grow this. Eventually, we want to be able to incorporate a 3D model like this onto the tablet. And BIM, which is Building Information Modeling, is huge in the construction industry, and they're using it through all phases of construction. What we want to do is take this model, put it on the tablet in the field, so that way, as changes come in, they can be documented, and you have the most up-to-date, accurate information from the field, because that's where everything is happening. And we want to be able to not only track quantities and materials, but eventually have it located, know your location, so that way when you say, oh, this needs to change, it'll know exactly where in the model you're standing, and we'll document it. So once again, we're Project Cobra. We, this semester, are just testing the usability of a basic tablet application called Fred, but we want to expand it and hopefully help Holder Construction out with all of their day-to-day field documentation.
They are done.